welcome to another edition of Drew Pearson Live. I am the original number 88, Drew Pearson, and we are looking forward to a really exciting show today. We're going to hear about some great community outreach programs, tell you how to program your mind for success, take you inside one of the newest blockbuster movies, Jupiter Ascending. And our very special guest today is none other than NFL Hall of Famer, Dallas Cowboy Ring of Honor member, and Cowboy legend, the great Tony Dorsett. And speaking of those Dallas Cowboys, DeMarco Murray and Dez Bryant still remain unsigned at this time. But both have made it clear that they want to return to Dallas. Dez has even said, "I am a Cowboy at heart, and it's Cowboys forever." Don't let Jerry Jones see that, Dez. He'll shortchange you on some of that money. Sports Week is coming up first with my friend Doc from the A&E show, so don't go anywhere because Drew Pearson Live starts right about now. Hut, hut.
Drew Pearson Live is brought to you by Whataburger. The chicken strip Monterey Melt is a brand new spin on legendary flavors. Get it while you can at Whataburger.
How's it going, Doc? You survived that Super Bowl?
Survived it just fine, Drew.
What a great game, huh?
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, the game was unbelievable from start to finish. I mean, it kept you entertained. I mean, there was no doubt about it. And you and I were talking a little bit off the air about, last year's and how by halftime, I mean, you were pretty much done. But that game, I mean, right down to the very end, just had you tied to your seat.
Now refresh my mind. You picked New England, right?
Yep, we both picked New England.
I know I did. We all got it documented right here on the Drew Pearson Live show. But yeah, we looked like we were pros in picking New England to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible game. I mean, like I said, it started out, you had New England pretty much driving down the field, Brady doing what he does, short passing game was really eating up the Seattle defense on that first drive. And then he got a little bit of pressure up the middle, and I don't know, I never saw a receiver anywhere near when he threw that first interception down the 5.
I don't know what he was throwing at.
I have no idea what he was doing there.
Right.
But, I mean, you saw that 2 or 3 times in the game. I mean, you saw a couple of them that just went into the ground, maybe questionable on whether it should have been called grounding or not.
Maybe he didn't have enough air in the football.
Maybe not.
Too much.
Maybe not. But, Brady finished up 37 for 50 for 328 yards, 4 TDs.
Passes.
Yeah. The only quarterback in Super Bowl history to ever throw 50 passes and win a game.
Wow.
The impressive thing, I mean, Seattle controlled. I thought that New England would be able to run the ball a little bit with LeGarrette Blount. And early on, they had a little bit of success, but Blount only ended up 14 rushes for 40 yards, so they really shut that down.
Well, the defenses were impressive in this football game as well, and they held Brady in check, once they scored that first touchdown, then it kind of evened out a little, especially in the second half. But defense seemed to control the football game in a lot of situations.
Well, yeah, and the defense, what Seattle did on defense, I wasn't surprised. I thought Brady would be able to use those short passes. Julian Edelman, of course, had a great game, 9 receptions, 109 yards.
Yeah.
But what I thought was interesting in that game with the New England defense was something happened that hadn't happened to them all year long. They were giving up big pass plays. I mean, they don't give up big plays. They haven't been giving up big plays all year long. And, of course, no play was bigger than that crazy Jermaine Kearse catch down at the 5-yard line.
Yes, unbelievable catch.
That was actually knocked up in the air by Malcolm Butler, came down, hit Kearse on the knee, and happened to just bounce right into his hands. He got up and was knocked out at the 5-yard line.
Just think if that would have happened to Dez Bryant on that one play in Green Bay, if the ball just bounced right back to him instead of him stretching out and losing it when it hit the ground. Man, what a great catch. But that got them down there where they needed to be. And now you say, oh, this game is Seattle's.
Yeah.
Because why? They got Marshawn Lynch, the beast. They're just going to run it in from there.
You got first and goal from the 5. They give the ball to Lynch. Lynch gets down inside the 1. Your second and goal, there's about 40 seconds left. You still have a timeout. you know, I've heard all the reasons on why they called this pass play versus giving Lynch the ball there. You know, they didn't like going up against the goal line defense of New England. Lynch is not good in those situations. I mean, he's only like 48% inside the 1 yard line getting in. But, I mean, he just tore off one, and they hadn't really stopped him all day. I mean, he had 24 rushes for 102 yards that day. I definitely would have tried it one more time, used your timeout, and then you could have thrown the ball on third down, you could have thrown the ball on fourth down. So I really didn't like the call. I didn't like the call on second down. If Lynch had gotten stopped, I could see that play. But what was incredible was, I mean, we need to talk about Malcolm Butler, undrafted free agent from West Alabama, who, you know, I mean, he played good all game. But I mean, you could see from that end zone shot. I mean, he saw that play all the way. You're talking about a guy who's obviously, you know, really prepared in the film room and watched this. I mean, because he jumped to that thing and just beat him to the ball.
And that's what I have a problem with. You know, not so much the pass, but the play selection, because now by putting two receivers on the same side, you're bringing more bodies to that area where you're trying to throw the football. And they tried to run that pick, that rub-off type pass route, but in doing that, you know, you're clogging up that middle. You know, why not just line up one of those receivers, maybe Baldwin, you know, who's more the veteran of the group, out wide by himself and run a slant. If that don't work, you know, you just throw the ball in the back of the end zone. But Wilson thought he could stick that ball in there, and as you said, it was Butler's preparation. He read that play like a book, and he jumped that route before Wilson was even ready to throw it. He knew what was coming.
He took a step forward before Wilson released the ball, and that was the key. And then, you know, he gets there at the same time that the receiver does, and just beat the receiver to the ball.
Well, it was a great Super Bowl and great stuff. To keep the fans interested in watching, it turned out to be the most watched TV event of all time, and certainly most watched Super Bowl of all time. So
most watched halftime show of all time, too.
Hey, it was a great halftime show. That's right. Good stuff. Thank you, Doc. Thanks for being with us. Up next, we have our Hail Mary segment, Hail Mary Hero segment, and Daniel Dixon will be here to tell us how he uses his business in the community to support outreach programs throughout the community. So stick around. Drew Pearson Live will be right back.